Thank you very much, Chairperson of the NCOP and the Speaker of National Parliament in absentia. I want to take this opportunity to really thank you for how you conducted the proceedings on the day of the State of the Nation address. We have been longing for that type of leadership because the two of you understood that this is a democratic parliament, and therefore any idea that seeks to suggest that the views of the minority should never be entertained is undemocratic. Because democracy by its own nature requires that we listen to all ideas, even if it is ideas of one person. Because those ideas, for as long as they meet a rational test, they are acceptable. So I've seen some fellows here standing up and saying we cannot be held at ransom by minorities. You must know you are planting a wrong seed, that minorities should not be listened to. Because if you agree that minorities should not be listened to, it will go beyond this parliament. And therefore, there will not be a single minority in a true sense of the minorities that will be listened to. I had another one saying here that you want to amend the rules. The problem is not the rules. The problem is reading the rules. Your comrades, Mr. President, do not read. The reality is that they don't read. They read True Love magazine and Drum. When it comes to political literature, when it comes to reading the rules, they do not read. That's why someone stood up here and said, House of Rules. It's not House of Rules. It's rules of the House. They do not read. Now, Comrade President, your rise to the high office in our land carried a promise of renewed hope in a better and accountable government with a clear and sound strategy to lead our people in total economic emancipation. 3 SONAs later, there is hardly any evidence that you are different from your predecessor. You are refusing transparency and accountability. You protect incompetence and corruption in your ranks and have already misled Parliament under oath. In your speech, you could not demonstrate any meaningful achievement, and with the direction you are taking by protecting incompetence, refusing accountability, and misleading Parliament, you too will end in the same destination as your predecessor. This we guarantee you. The logical framework of your entire speech rested on a neoliberal developmental path that is rooted in market fundamentalism. The central pillar that holds your plan is misguided hope that markets will transform inequality, unemployment, and poverty that our people face. But for 25 years, this has not worked, and you have given us no evidence that it will work with you. It is therefore impossible to see how solution to poison can be to drinking more poison. To ask us to place our hopes on a white-owned, controlled, and dominated private sector is irresponsible, because you know that the white people do not have our interest at heart. The hope that democratic revolutionary government will play a central role in the economic development, lead a radical restructuring of South Africa's apartheid economy, in which black people were always cheap and easily disposable labor. The hope that to be black is not equal to being unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable, to live in poverty, under spaceless conditions without access to decent water, electricity, sanitation, housing, and health care. The hope that we will not bear witness to world-class wealth, supersonic developments, and innovation, all owned and controlled by white people who despise us and think of us only as their servants. Everything you said is about retreating from this task and placing it in the hands of the very white apartheid created and privileged private monopolies. Nothing is more hopeless than asking white people to transform themselves or asking them to save black people from wretchedness. President, you delivered your first State of the Nation address in February 2018. We said we are willing to give you a chance. In February 2019, we told you that your proposals are dangerous and will make you enemy number one of the EFF, workers, and poor masses. We told you that you have abandoned politics and you put profit and greed above all. We also warned you that if you are not willing to be decisive to change property relations and want to continue with your cowardice and wanting to make friends with everyone, you will not address unemployment, poverty, and inequality, and few whites will continue to live in opulence in the face of unimaginable poverty. You have,
Deputy
however, continued with dangerous
Honorable
plans.
Malema, just a minute. What's your point of order, member?
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I'm rising on Rule 14LA. Is Honorable Malema willing to take a question?
Honorable Malema. Malema, will you take a question?
Yes.
Okay. Moshabi, Julafas. Julafas, Moshabi. Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Just to say, honorable members,
Yes.
just a very brief comment. Can we please allow the presiding officers, whoever the presiding officer is, to run the proceedings and avoid giving instructions to whoever is on the podium? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the NCOP. We must make it very clear that the matter that I'm going to raise here is not a personal one, because the president last year, in terms of Section 84, 1D of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, called a joint sitting, which is read alongside Rule 7(1)B of the National Assembly and the NCOP. Now, Deputy Chairperson, the President came here to address us specifically on the issue of domestic violence and gender-based violence. Now, all of us, we took an undertaking in this House that all of us will go out and expose any act of domestic violence or any act of gender-based violence. In terms of the Domestic Violence Act 116 of 1998, it talks to the following: physical abuse, stalking, verbal abuse. Now, my question to Honorable Malema is that gender-based violence is happening at your house. The matter has been dragging for too long. Members of the EFF, instead of them condemning the issue, they decided to crack a joke so that they can deviate the matter on Thursday night, because they knew about the matter for a very long time. You are abusing your wife. We want you to stand here in front of the nation,
question must be brief,
in front of the
Honorable
nation, and assure us if the matter is true. If the matter is true, are you going to apologize? If you're not going to apologize, then you must be held responsible. So now, my question to you is that, are you abusing your wife? Thank you very much, Chairperson of the NCOP.
Thank you very much. Let's try and keep the questions brief. Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the NCOP. You have, however, continued with your dangerous plans, and you are even courageous. We heard what you said, and now we don't believe anything that you said. Instead, you are continuing with incoherent, American-sponsored, neoliberal, misguided, and contradictory policies.
Order, Chair.
The only thing you have said,
Order, Chair.
and we know you mean it,
Order,
is
Chair.
everything that will put profit
Honorable Malema.
Order, Chair.
above all.
Honorable Malema, just
Chair.
a minute. What's your
Order.
point of order, member?
Chair, Honorable Malema agreed in responding into a question. Now there is a question. He must respond to the question before he proceeds with his Minister of the Nation address.
We don't believe that you said. Instead, we are continuing with incoherent, apartheid-sponsored, neoliberal, misguided, and contradictory policies. The only thing you said, and we know you to mean it, is everything that will put profit and greed above all. Above the lives of our security
Honorable Malema, just a
Order,
minute.
Chairperson.
workers, petrol attendants, unemployed.
Chair, order.
Order, Chairperson.
Honorable Malema, just a minute. Just a minute. Honorable members, I'm going to plead with you that we should make the running of these proceedings
Chair.
as smooth as possible. Now, a question has been raised.
Chair.
The option, I guess, that Honorable Malema has decided to settle for is not to answer the question.
No.
But I would just like him to clearly indicate so that if this is not the case, we can look at the matter. Honorable Malema.
No, Chair, order, Chair. No, Chair.
I never said.
I don't, Chair.
I never
Order,
said
Chair.
I'm not answering the
Chair,
question.
order. Chair.
Answer the question.
Chair, on a point of
Honorable
order.
Member, Malema, just a minute.
Chair, on a point of
Honorable
order.
Member, what's the point of order?
Chair, we cannot allow Honorable Malema to disrespect the House and waste the time of the House. Honorable Malema agreed to take the question. He must respond to the question. And Chair, it was even wrong to allow him to even respond to the President because Honorable Malema disrespected Parliament and walked out and not listened to the President. I don't know what he's responding to because he's not listening to the son of the President. And he left with his bodyguards and ice
No,
boys.
thank you very much. Honorable Malema, if you can just indicate whether you're answering the question or not, so that we can proceed.
I never said I won't answer the question. So I'm reading my speech. No one is going to tell me what to do at what time. I'm in charge. That's why these fools are running around here. I'm in charge.
On a point of order, Chair.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Order, Chairperson.
I've
Point of
got
order.
the ruling party by straight
Chairperson.
up.
Order.
Chairperson.
Orders undermine.
Point of order.
Chair.
I'm in charge. I'm running.
We
Chairperson.
are not in charge.
You can all jump. There's
Honorable
nothing you can
members.
do.
We are not in charge. We are going to show you to
Honorable Malema, order.
A
Order
leader
of
of the opposition
Order,
is
members.
running the house. I'm in charge. Come on.
Order, members.
One by one.
running the house.
Who's next?
Can you take-
Can we have order, members?
Don't worry, DP. I've got these things.
Honorable Shibambo, please sit down.
Chairperson.
Let them all.
Chairperson. Chair.
Point of order, Chairperson. Point
Can you-
of order, House Chairperson.
Can you please sit down?
Order.
Honorable member?
No. Point of order.
Please sit down.
As per the rules of the
Please,
sitting.
please
a
sit
point of
down.
Order, Chair.
I'm ordering you to sit
As per the
down.
rules of the House, a point of order is
Please sit down,
Chairperson.
honorable member. Please sit.
Order, please.
Honorable Malema.
I've not pointed you. Please sit down.
Because it's Honorable Malema, he must not be asked a
Not giving you permission to speak. Please sit down.
Chairperson. Order, please.
Thank you very
Chair.
much. Thank you very much.
Chairperson, order.
Order, Chair.
What's your point of order, member?
Thank you very much, Chair. I rise in terms of Rule 14P. Honorable Malema has just made a very dangerous statement here. He referred to people as fools. I think it is unparliamentary, and Comrade Malema must withdraw that statement.
Chairperson.
order, Chair.
Chairperson, order, please.
Honorable members.
Chairperson.
Honorable members, can I ask
Chair.
you to please
Chair.
sit down? Honorable member, just a minute, please take your seat. I've not pointed at you. Please sit. Honorable Malema,
Yeah.
please withdraw the reference to members as things or fools, whatever the case may be. Please
it
indicate so that we can proceed.
Is it unparliamentary to say you are a fool? It can't be, Chair.
No, man.
It can't be, Chair. I'm telling you.
Point
now,
of order, House Chair.
You can check your stuff there.
Speaker, on a point of order.
If you are not clever, you're not clever. There's nothing
No,
I can
on
do
a point
to
of
help.
order.
Can I make a ruling on the matter, honorable members?
Yes.
That this matter will be looked at.
Yes.
And I'll revert
not
back to you with the ruling later on. For now,
Chair.
let's proceed. Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much.
Chair.
The only things you
Order,
said,
Chair.
Order, Chair.
Honorable Member. What's your point of
Chair.
order?
Chair.
let's keep it for 1 hour so I can be on this platform for 1 hour. Let's go on.
Can,
Honorable Member, what's your point of order?
can you request the fool in the podium to sit down when order is called on to him?
Honorable Member.
Chairperson.
Honorable Member, I'm going to ask you, as I've done before, please withdraw what you have just said.
Honorable, he's not going to withdraw. He will not withdraw. Malema must withdraw first. He's not going to withdraw. Until
Two
that
wrongs do
Malema
not make a
withdraw
right.
first.
Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Member, please withdraw.
Honorable Chair.
Order, Chairperson.
Honorable Chair, he is not
Chair.
going to withdraw until Malema withdraws first.
Point of order, Honorable Chair.
The caucus of the ANC has collapsed.
Honorable members,
On a point
we
of
can't
order,
allow
Honorable
Order
Chair.
on you,
the
Chairperson.
House to descend into chaos.
I'm in charge.
In the same way that I expect Member Malema to withdraw.
Chairperson.
I expect that member over there to do the same.
Chair.
Chairperson.
Order, Chairperson.
Chairperson.
With Malema. Order,
Yes,
Chairperson.
Madam.
Order, Chairperson.
Honorable
Order,
Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Chair, why don't you get them yellow overalls?
Honorable Chairperson, you made a ruling that the issue of the food, we are going to refer back, we are going to
Yes.
look into it. Please, you also refer even that one to the looking at it. Please, thank you.
Chair.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chairperson.
Mahambe Sala,
Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Chairperson.
I'll come back to you.
Honorable Chairperson, I want to request that you be consistent.
Yes.
So inconsistencies are going to give us problems here in the House. You have ruled on the matter, and that same ruling on this very issue must just be sustained. Thank you.
We will do the same. We'll do the same.
Thank you.
Honorable Member,
Chairperson. Chairperson, thank you very much.
please proceed. Yeah.
Let me give this example. When a,
What's your point of order, member?
when a student gets to an examination room, if that student does not answer question 6, that student cannot be blamed. Can we proceed now with the business of the House?
Thank you very much. Please proceed, Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm happy that you are continuing to learn from me. I just taught you that calling each other fools is not a problem, and you did exactly that. You learn after me.
House
You
Chairperson.
follow me because I'm in
House Chair.
charge. I'm running this thing. So
House
don't
Chair.
worry.
Please proceed your speech, Honorable Malema.
This is my speech. You can run my minutes. It's my speech.
Please proceed.
I'm standing here so I can irritate you. You can be emotional anyhow you want. There is nothing you can do. I'm in charge. So I'm running this house, you see. So you can get angry and stand up and sit down.
House Chair.
Honorable Member
your
Malema,
own
we are not
house.
running the House. Please proceed with your speech.
It is your own house as a ruling party. If you want to collapse your own house, it's your own house. You can collapse it. So there is nothing I can do to help you. Just continue to learn from me. You are so committed to giving markets more space through restructuring this out of the productive sector of the economy